Good evening, everybody. Hello, Micro Man. Sorry to bore you there. Got ready as soon as I could. Hope everyone's doing well. I've had a little redesign on the starting screen. Not sleeping yet. Good. I'm not sure what Z80 is. So I've made a little fancy transition, but my graphics card can't handle it. I've also added quite a lot to the game. Z80. You know it. It's Z80 time again. So what I've done is I've added another transition, so I can actually go into full screen like that. Quite fancy. And now when we do debugging, it's readable. So that's good. And I've got it nice and big on my screen now. So that should be very good. As you can see, I've also added some sprites, faster bullets. I noted the bullets draw over the top of the other sprites. It doesn't care what order I call my draw routine. I can only imagine it's because I assign them a later attribute slot. I've started the bullets from 127, which is the last slot. So I kind of guess if you wanted the player to be drawn on top, maybe he has to be 127. Let's try that. Slot. I've just got a hard code for it. Let's not have that. In fact, it could be a constant. Wait. What's going on? There we go. It didn't even matter what the player was, to be honest, because it doesn't overlap the player. Here is where I make sure it doesn't overlap the player by moving it up 16. So I'll just move it down and see if it's now drawn on top of the player or not. Oh, how odd. How odd, I don't always see it now. But I can see that it is drawn below the player, which is good. I think the reason for that is, yeah, one of them is 127. Just delete it, don't need it. Let's hide that there. Perfect. I mean, as it happens, I'm gonna... Actually, I think I like it better like that. That's very cool. Now, in Space Invaders, you can only fire one bullet. Perhaps I should mirror that. It makes the game more fun, doesn't it, really, ultimately? See how that feels. Yeah, that's way better. Doesn't seem to be super smooth. Was you thinking the same, yeah? Yeah, it's going to be too easy otherwise, isn't it? I haven't done anything clever on the spawning. I've hard coded their positions. I'm just trying to work out if that's a problem or not. You know what? I don't think it is much of a problem. How I changed it, look. Instead of having is alive, I now store attribute 3. And attribute 3 is just the visibility plus whatever the sprite I want to use is for that enemy. So really they should all come, I should move them around actually, because the hard ones are meant to be at the top, the smaller ones. By the way, your idea on YouTube was very good. I understood what you meant straight away, near enough. Probably have to do that soon. The annoying thing about that is I'd have to store 2 bytes here. Not quite sure. Not quite sure if you can just do a word there. No, I don't think you can. I guess there's nothing stopping us doing like two values, I guess. I haven't done any collision detection at all. All I changed was this, so that now, where was it? Yeah, it just reads, instead of having the hard-coded attribute 3, it reads IX. I mean, I suppose the next difficult step would be bullet and enemy collision. Yeah, I get that about a word. It's just the way I'm doing it on the table. I'm defining bytes, so I'm not sure how to put that into, with that table. That's the only thing. Yeah, I was thinking that as well. I think it's almost just about right, but maybe a little slower. Yeah, maybe even a bit one slower. If I tackle the X most significant byte thing, yeah, of course. But if I tackle that X thing, it might be logical because when I do collision, it's going to be working on the assumption that X is a byte. Could get very complicated. I guess I have to store X and Y as a as a word. It's as simple as that, isn't it? What pain. I don't know, you know. Because I can't really have two arrays. That would mean I'd have to go through IX and IY at the same time or something like that to get to both. The array values that's the attribute 3, which contains the visibility bit and the sprite ID. That's X, that's Y, and then that's just the slot for the attributes, so it knows which one it's moving. If I wanted to make these words, I'd have to use like only the lower byte of these. Might have to be the way to go. It's going to mean rewriting all of this in it, but there's not that much there right now. X and Y were already words. How they weren't, were they? They were bytes. You must mean on the hardware, like. Yeah, I just changed it just then. I've just changed it. Just changed them. It just means that now go. I mean, for a start, that's times 2, isn't it? But for example, when I want to get this visibility byte, I can't just get IX. Maybe I can. For that particular one, maybe it does work. Let's try that. How about X? Yeah, it is now. It was bytes a minute ago. The last time I successfully ran it. They're all words now, yeah. But when I wrote this, they were bytes. That might just work, you know. It might work. No, it doesn't. Funny how we got this guy over here still. What a pain. See, now I probably don't even want to use IX, to be honest. Probably want to use HL, maybe. Yeah, it's lucky I rewrote it now, I guess, while it's still small. Wait, maybe if I start the slot was wrong. 0, 1, 2. I have got that right. 4, 5, 6. That could be enough to fix it. It is. Excellent. Nah, no worries, Mike. No problemo, man. It's got to be pretty hard just seeing other people's code and debugging it. It's hard enough when it's your own, isn't it? You know. That's cool though. It works, and they're all bytes. 16, 2 byte. You know. Excellent. So now it can go over to, we can have it up to whatever value we want, like we say, much higher than 200. But where's my movement code? This is for the enemy. We'll have to do the same for the player here, won't we? Oh yeah, that has simplified it though, hasn't it? Do you have to calculate for each enemy each frame? Well, I iterate through it here, you mean, to draw it? This is in order to draw it each frame, yes, so that I can move it. If you didn't want to move it, good question. I don't know whether it would stay or whether it would just get clear screened. It would probably get cleared. I mean, this is just the way I'm doing it. I know there's a visibility bit, by the way, but I don't need that because everything's going to be visible. And if it's not visible, it doesn't get drawn anyway. So, if it's dead, I've just implemented my own version of visibility, basically. I wanted to check this is alright. This is now a 16-bit number. But I guess I only want the lower bit. It's probably alright, isn't it? Seems to be. So here's where I stop it at 255. But what I really want to do is 32 plus 256. That'll do. And that's impossible because I'm checking a byte. So yeah, that doesn't work. Oh, interesting. Trying to compare a 16-bit. It's quite tricky. Good evening, Moz. How you doing, mate? I guess we don't have to care at all about what the low byte is doing, unless um, unless the most significant bit is 1. If the most significant bit is 1, then we need to care about what the other one's doing. Was it you that was telling me, Mike, about I could take away FF or something like that? It was a good idea, I saw it. Well, I don't necessarily need to worry just yet. I can leave it as that. But now at least I am using the 16 bits to move. Yeah, see, it's just going to it wrapped across the screen. And obviously when I go left, it doesn't let me do that because I've coded it to stop it. Quite a convenient little side effect, but not what I want. Yeah, you can see what's happening, can't you? The most significant bit gets turned on and the rest of it goes to 0, which puts me back here. Yeah, let's not worry about it. We can sort it out another time. Player is also now words, and I want to check that it collides with bullets. I guess I'm going to have to do the same for them. Yes, correct. Yeah, I just got a bit lazy with the naming. I thought I might as well. Yeah, so they're words now. But funny enough, it does just work, except for you got to times that by 2. That's fine. I mean, funny enough, we only have 1 bullet now. What's the point in having an array? There is no point. Let's get rid of it. Why not stick with the thing, BX? You get up to 127, and the player is that. So Discord apps. 2 seconds. Got to load Discord. It keeps trying to open in the web. Oh, it's trying to make me log in on the web. I hate that about Discord. I can remember a time where it would try and load on the web, and if you had Discord open, it would just open it for you. Oh, that's a right pain. I can't open it, mate. Sorry. Thank you. Cheers, man. I can't be bothered to log in on the web version. Oh yeah. So I just got rid of the array of bullets. We're only going to have one. Oh, so we don't need any of that. We do want to check if it's alive already. Hello, mate. How you doing? Hello, Chromo. Hope everyone's doing well. Yeah, I'm hoping to make some nice progress here. We're moving it into 16-bit for the positional values right now, and then that'll hopefully later on enable us to use the full screen. Oh, I'm writing code that I've already written there. But yeah, we've decided just one bullet. That's the player X. Of course, it's now a 16-bit number, that. I think that's right. Next now, yeah. Just started it, really. Just got to grips with it. Yeah, glad to have you here. Got a few specky nut. Got some newbies. It's going to be fun, hopefully. Hen's teeth. Hopefully, I won't. I'll be able to come up with some good stuff. So I was going to start it. I think I'm just going to start it actually overlapped. For anyone who didn't see the video that I made today, I've used my first macro. That's to make a breakpoint. It's as simple as that to declare a macro. That copy and pastes that into my code. So that was all that was needed to make a breakpoint. Thanks to eMook for that. Thanks, Chromo. I try. I mean, I do take breaks now and then, eventually. But I'm enjoying doing the stream as well, so that's another reason that spurs me on. But I appreciate it. You're not actually the first person to say that, so I do very much appreciate that. Checking out your message, Mike. Okay, yeah. Yeah, but actually I've got the entire 16-bit number there already. But I need to put it into this attribute, don't I? That last bit. Here, attribute 2. And like you rightly said on YouTube, I'm going to and it in. Just load A. Why though? Okay. I see. It is always the expos. But what happens when the MSB is 1? You only get 0 if you only get the low bit. Do you know what I mean? So you'd think it was 0. We can worry about that at a later date though, because all I'm really trying to do is make sure that the position values are words and that it works. The MSB attribute, which is attribute 2, this one here. That's it. I'm learning all that stuff brand new myself, Specky, today. And yes, last few days. I mean, I obviously knew what the most significant bit meant, but I'd never had to worry about it before. And I'd never thought about just having one bit of another byte relating to it. It's clever. But like I say, I just want to get it working at the moment with the words, and then I'm going to do collision because that's like a more fun. I've got an error there. You won't see this. Label not found. Please spawn. Oh, I no longer need that. And also I've got to change all this because it's not a loop anymore. We're getting there though. I'm going to change that to true. I don't like having false there. Stupid. There we go. So really all I'm doing is, because I'd simplified it for those who didn't see, I had an array of bullets a minute ago. I did have it as an array, but I don't need it like that for this game, because I decided to make it quite a lot like Space Invaders. Okay. I just changed one of them to be 16-bit movement. Oh yeah, it's only the low buy that it wants pushed there. Did I put returns in? I haven't got a real machine, if that's what you're asking. Yeah, I'm noticing it has quite good for 16-bit support. I haven't ran into any problems now yet when I've been using them. Alright, so I changed that to one bullet. Does it work now? Yeah, it does. What would make you rich? I can't keep up with the chat. I love it. It's good. It's a great sign. Right, finally I can get to the collision detection. And we now only have one array to worry about. We're already going through each array, each enemy there. I could probably check it there, but I won't though. I'll just do it again. I feel like I've already written this. Yeah, true that, Chromo. I fully believe in. I agree with you there. The thing is, people are always going to be greedy. Most people, if you ask me. I already heard about him talking about Kickstarter 3. I saw it mentioned somewhere. I thought Kickstarter was meant for businesses that can't afford to start up. 10-year lifespan. Are you sure? I guess 1992. Yeah. I was going to say they were still available, but then even then, games were probably still a bit available a little bit after that. I remember my family bought me a ZX Spectrum Plus 2 from Tandy on going out of business. What's up, Micro? I'm listening. I'll try my best to answer it, my man. You know I will. It better not be a wind-up question. I knew it. I kind of guessed it just before the last message came in. That's a brilliant one. Oh, I got my new emote today. I've made it, but it's gonna have to be approved. Talkie the Talking Toaster should have been the next emote. He's gonna be on the list now. Does anyone like some toast? We don't want any toast. Yeah. How about a toasted tea cake? I'm gonna have to go and binge watch Red Dwarf soon. Just makes you feel better. Morning coffee, nice. How on earth can it be morning anywhere now? Oh, so here's our update loop for each enemy. Bit of a long-winded name, but it's descriptive. So this already, IX is already pointing at a specific enemy. And if we remember now, they're words, all of them, even though they don't need to be. I could pull this code out of what I already wrote the other day, couldn't I? It's identical. That one from Space Taxi. Let's do it. Why mess around? Of course, that was words. That they were bytes. So let's just write it again. These blank lines. There is thought behind that, because there's my update and my draw loop. Yeah. Then everything else here is stuff that's going to be called from inside those loops. These are like external public ones I call from outside. This and this. But you're right, I'll probably end up going like that later and just tidying it up. But I'll get rid of it a little bit. There we go. Not really, no, Specky. In fact, it's a constant, and yeah, exactly that. It's compile. It's done at compile time. That's brilliant, because that saved me with a long-winded explanation over that easy thing to explain. So that all happens before it gets to the system anyway. But also, it doesn't use any size either. It doesn't use any memory, because it's got the equals there. That means it's just a constant. That's how I look at it anyway. So anyway, what we want to do here is check each side, just like we always do, to see if the bullet has missed the enemy. How's bullets? It's just, oh, brilliant. Bullet we can just access there like that as well. We don't need to worry about loading it. Assembler, yeah, okay, fair enough. Because I swear I saw in the actual document of it that it was a compiler or something, but I don't know the difference. I think that was on Pasmo as well. Used to pop up down here. That's just how I look at it, yeah. But an assembler as well, I don't know. Nothing to worry about though. So basically here I'm doing that same thing that really annoys me from the other time. In fact, I am going to copy it in from the other one. I forget which one it was though that had 16-bit with bullets. Yeah, I mean, to me, there's not a great deal of difference. Awesome, Moz. That reminds me of more Red Dwarf with Rimmer, where he does 2 exams at once. One second. I'm a chick. Yeah, I really agree with that, Chromo. That is the cool thing, isn't it? Has like a direct machine instruction in binary. Binary. Oh, okay, I see. I see. I keep trying to open this file to copy and paste something in, and I keep closing the folder for some reason. No, it wasn't I'll just pull this in there just to give me some inspiration. I can't remember if I copied the name. I did. Animation. I've got an idea of how to do it. Yeah, basically, you have attribute 3, I believe. Yeah, attribute 3 has a pattern ID, and that's your sprite ID for what image you want to show. So I just have to iterate through and put that number up and down to go through the frames. But again, on this particular game, I'm keeping it very simple. I probably will have an animated player. You've seen the thruster below, so the player will be animated, just that his thruster keeps coming on and off and on. But that's the only thing. Where was I? Here. So we already know if the enemy's alive or dead. I'm not going to bother re-commenting, but it's bullet and enemy rather than player and platform. Hello, Coda Mick. Don't you worry about that, man. Oh, sugar sounds. Well, it's good. It's good though. It sounds like good work. Not too bad today, mate. Thank you. Yeah, I keep having ups and downs, to be honest, with my health, especially recently. But it could be worse, you know. And I'm better now. It seems to pass after a couple of days. So this time we're using the low bite, sorry. It should simplify it. Ah, the width is a bit different though. Probably 16. Let's rename them actually. Ah, wait up. Sometimes when you copy and paste code in, it's even worse, isn't it? So Ajax was the platforms in my other game. So yeah, perfect. I just need to go through 2 instead. Width, that is. 2 again. IX is just a register which I'm pointing. I start off pointing it at this first bit of data there, and we iterate through adding 8 to it, this number here, to get to the next one. So by the time I reach this routine I'm writing now, it's already iterating through finding the right enemy. Here, it's going through each one. We call that routine, so it's already pointing at the right enemy. So I only need to iterate it 2 for each one of these at that point to reach the bit I want. Okay, good. I don't need to do that this time. Now, at the moment, the way I've written this, the whole box that I drew the bullet in is going to collide with the bullet, with the enemy, so it needs to be much thinner than that, really, and have an offset to set that off, but I'll do it later. That looks good. Whoa, thanks, Micro. Thank you for the bits. It's nice of you, man. So this time BY and +4. Yo, cheers, Micro. You're gonna be like that now, are you? I'm not gonna complain if you're gonna spam them. I don't know why it's always giving you the silver diamond thing, silver triangle. I hope I haven't messed something up on the stream. Goes by amount of bits, does it really? 69. I'm sure I've seen people get other ones though, like all sorts of ones. Yeah, they're normally coins, aren't they? Do you remember they were coins? I drew them. I had them as pound coins and 20p's. It's lost them. Don't know how that managed that. More work for me to fix. We haven't got an enemy kill. Yo, dude, thanks, Micro. You're crazy. I've got to rename. Oh, that's got to be enemy data length. That is going to be that. Ah, no, it's not. It doesn't even need go next. there's only one of them at this moment in the loop, so we can just change that to return. Return C. It's not going to be any of them anyway. I don't know why I bothered with that. Yeah, that's better. Enemy kill. That should be as simple as setting it to dead. I'm not sure if that's legal or not. I think it is. Oh, there's an error. Enemy line 135. Ah, PY's wrong. BY. Although I don't know why it can't find PY because that also exists. Oh no, it doesn't actually. Probably lucky. Um, hmm. I'm not sure how bits work because it looks to me from my side like I get all of them. Looks like Twitch keep nothing, but I know that ain't the case. Why did it not die? Yeah, it's very good. I mean, that's amazing, really. Just in case, I'll try it like that, but I don't think that's going to change anything. Nah. Put that back. I'm going to try and just change the border. Yeah, there's heads in there. It was strange, the other day it was giving us loads of random stuff. Ah, look, the collision is not being detected whatsoever. Oh, no, we're not calling enemy update yet. That would help. I'll do that from my main game loop. Alright, well it detected it, but it doesn't hide the enemy when you destroy it. What's happening is the visibility thing, isn't it? Yo, cheers, Micro. I like it. Why are they not putting the heads? Oh, it does put the heads in there. Yeah. Love it. Love it. I'm definitely going to learn how to do the race. You can apparently use the retro coin and have races with it and stuff, but I haven't got a clue how to do it yet. Yeah, so as when I set it dead here, it doesn't get drawn, but that doesn't get rid of it on the screen, it seems. Which is a shame. Bullet draw, where are you? I'll try doing the same thing for bullet and see what happens. It should definitely stop moving. I tell it to stop drawing it when it's not alive, so we'll see. So yeah, the bullet stops moving, but the visibility is still on and it's still being drawn. So let's just do it on the bullet for now, because that's not in an array, so it makes it just a tiny bit easier. I guess I have to change the visibility to 0. Which kind of means this is irrelevant. The only thing that saves is pushing these on a dead item every frame. How am I planning to get a real ZX next? Not immediately, because it's quite a lot of money, mate. I do need a new PC, really, but that's even more money. But is it you, Chromo, that has the board? Because I was thinking I might do something like that if I get really into it. There was like a motherboard or whatever you could buy, apparently. But yeah, I think it's a wealthy person's luxury, really, that I couldn't justify buying, unfortunately. But then again, I think that even about games, to be honest, I would never buy a game for like 40 quid. Can't afford to do that. You know, maybe if like, for example, I did buy Red Dead Redemption, but I kind of wished I didn't. Alternative boards, yeah. You don't have the board, okay. I thought it might have been you. Someone on Discord did. Yeah, more money. You know, if it's £100, when I make enough money out of my channel, I might buy a next board and give it away in a raffle to the viewers. I think that'd be quite a nice way to give back, because I'm not all about the money, to be honest. Obviously, I'd love to be able to make like £1,000 a month out of it or something. But, you know, it's pretty hard, isn't it? I think my best bet is to try and make some next games that I might be able to sell. That might actually be an avenue worth exploring. That's a long way away yet, but you know, maybe a year. Got to start somewhere, exactly. Programmers do get paid a lot. Cool, I'd love to be able to get a job doing it, but I'd be stuck all the time trying to do it, you know. I could really have to start my own business somehow. Do you reckon? Yeah, there's definitely a cult following for the Spectrum, like even in America, you know. But it's of course mainly a UK thing. UK's a huge market though. People buying games all the time. You know, it's one of the biggest, I reckon, especially per head. Spain too, yeah, true that. They love the Specky. And Russia actually. Poland. Mm. You know though, when you read about starting out an internet business of like any kind, like a website or a channel, they always say try and find a niche you're interested in and find the smallest niche in that so that you stand out, you know. And then ZX Next really is that. So you start out with programming, then you've gone to retro programming, then the ZX Spectrum, and then you've branched into the next. You know, it's very niche. So I quite like it. Not intentionally, but actually pissing myself. Yeah, the drawing thing. I guess I just got to bite the bullet, deal with that visibility bit. Attribute free. Damn, it was a constant. Well, you know what? Why not just have another constant when it's only that I want to worry about? Yeah, I'm a long way off that, unfortunately. I think if you produced a hard copy somehow, if you got it published, probably make a bit. Maybe electronic version as well, yeah, I guess. Yeah, I actually think doing games is the best way. This is the best way to get like known. But I reckon if you can sell games, you know, you can make like a grand or two quite quickly, probably. Get the right game. I'd love to find a way of doing it without labels here, without making jump labels. Yo, Moz. Thank you, my dude. That's so nice of you. There's a new emote on the way. I've drawn it already, but it's being approved. It'll probably take weeks. Moz is a dude. Oh man, 9 gift subs you've given away. That's insane. Super generosity. Keeping the channel going. A very nice person there. I mean, I could be clever and just do a jump to that, and then if not, load it to that. I probably will. It's a bit hacky though. Of course, that means I'll have to out-see here. The Piggy Club. It's got to be picture. Oh, Mikey picture. If someone does 2 months sub, you get a different picture. So, I don't know if you have to do the 2 months all in one go, or whether just when you do a second month, but then you get Robocop. And then they've, there's a whole load of them, like 6 months, 3 months, everything. So they're all different. Let's see if the bullet finally disappears now. No, it doesn't. I'm quite surprised that that didn't go invisible. Oh, it's meant to be false. Or that dude jump NZ. Well, it works, but I don't like the way I've done it. Oh, missed the others though. That's weird. So it hits the bottom ones. How strange. Oh, and then it works. You have to be dead on though. Right, okay. So there's something not quite working with the collision, but it's good enough for now. Stand up. Yeah, I think I've made it so you have to be exactly central to them to collide. So exactly level, really. By mistake, of course. I'm just having a think about this visibility thing because I absolutely hate the way I've done that. Draw the hitboxes on the sprites. Oh right, just so you can see more visually the actual squares. That makes some good sense. I mean, I think I can work through it here. Look, straight away I've added 16 here twice. Past the right side of the bullet. So in other words, the bullet flew past his left yeah, bullet's on the left side of the enemy. I think if we take that away, should help it. No. Much worse. Can't even collide at all. I don't know if a line around the edge would help me that much. Where's my sprites? You mean basically change them all to zeros or whatever? Or probably not zero. Or do you mean somehow actually calculating? Oh, that would be a good one, wouldn't it? Imagine making an empty grid. I mean an empty square. And just drawing that temporarily over the top in the draw code. That's doable. Hang on a minute. The corner sounds like a good idea. I've just read that while I was drawing this box. Just the corner sounds a good idea. I won't even bother drawing this box now. But with that said, what's FF then? Is that white? With that being said, oh, that's the player anyway. I do roughly know where the edges are anyway without these, to be honest. That sounds like a good idea. It's just a small tweak of them values that I put in, that's all it is. Oh look, it's not showing. Is FF black, is it? I'll put zeros. Oh god, Dave. It's playing with me. There we go. Well, hey. Oh, it collided that time. How stupid. Right, so I'm too far left. Probably. I should do it with just one enemy really if I'm going to be really careful. I think I just need to read through this and make sure I've got it the right way around, that's all. Oh right, I put that back, that's why it worked again. Well, do you know what? Let's just try that first. I like them little boxes like yeah, there we go. It's all good now, I reckon. Oh, it still hits something there, doesn't it? Yeah, I guess I need to space the enemies out a bit. Excuse me. I think what I'll do is just... I mean, we only need... say all them 160s gone. It's going to be fine. Just gives me a gap to aim at so I can work out roughly what, how it's... So I'd say maybe if anything it's slightly off to the left. Oh, of course that's the width of the bullet. I said it before when I was coding it and then I forgot. I need to make it more complicated. Now I know that it works by luckily it's only the width, the height is pretty much fine. I just wonder is I think these comments might be wrong. Yeah, that's the enemy. Everywhere where it says platform, it should say enemy. And what I want to do is I want to move on the right side. Let me think about this one. Let me have a pause and think. I actually think my comment is still wrong. If you think about it, I've loaded the top left corner of the bullet into B, is what I've actually done there. And I'm returning if A is smaller than B. So yeah, that is correct actually, that comment. So we actually do want to add some to this. Let's just say 7. Bullet offset, bullet transparency offset. Don't know how to spell transparency. Probably EN, is it? I don't know. And I don't care. And the width, of course. That's not the width of the bullet though. That's the width of the enemy. Here it's where it's going to get complicated. The trapezoid monitor box. Sounds cool. Awesome. Why not, man? I'm scared to change this and I don't know why. You know, I'm just going to say 4. But I think we also want to add some to this number. Hmm. Did you find an Amiga 500? Awesome. Oh man, I'd love to find my old computers. I'm pretty sure they're gone, but if they're not gone, then my dad's got them in his like garage or something, buried. Awesome micro. How cool. I mean, emulators makes it almost as good as owning the real hardware, thankfully, but in some ways it's better. But just trying to check this. My brain can't cope with it for some reason. We've got the X position of the enemy. That's it. I think that's it. That's looking good. It's looking real good. Look at that. Pixel perfect. Perfect. Yo, Jamie. Okay, that's collision done. Annoyingly, I've got to do the visibility thing on the enemies now. Was it attribute 3? Yes, visibility. So as you can see, I've added them. I've added them already to visibility plus the sprite frame that I want to show. So I need to take away visibility from that number. I guess I can just do that in kill actually. I don't have to worry about checking that it's not already dead. I don't think, because the update loop will take care of that. When it's dead, it won't get back to this again, I don't think. If we have problems, I'll have to remember to come here and change that so that it checks if it's dead first. Toy manufacturer. That'd be that's a good company to start up, isn't it? Special toys. Specky related ones. Why not? Go niche with it. So I should set it to be not visible anymore. Let's see if it kills it now. Be nice if it does. Wait, it does work, but I've actually just set the sprite. It needs to actually be made 0 by the looks of it. Why is it still visible actually? That's a weird one. Okay. I need to actually just remove the one bit rather than sub invisibility from it. I don't know why. Maybe I just don't need to worry if it's dead or not anymore in the draw routine. Strange. Let me just look up something on my reference guide. It takes about flipping 2 minutes to load on my internet here for some reason. It's only when I'm streaming. If I'm just browsing the internet on my own, it'll be pretty quick. It's never this long. Sounds like an intriguing idea for a game mod. I like the sound of it in a way. Do you have to somehow evolve yourself as well? Or do you just only duplicate yourself? Never do anything more? I don't know the ins and outs of the von Neumann. Perhaps it was evolving as well. Wrong pointer. Let me have a look a sec. Sorry. Which it's called ship. Right there. I'm trying to read Specky's. Calling the ship. Could be a strategy game as well, couldn't it? That's a cool idea for a strategy game. It's calling Sprite Zero through visibility. B0. Does this not make visibility 0? Because visibility is stored in IX. Funny, I just load it straight to dead. That's not actually needed anymore. That is probably why. That's exactly why, isn't it? Well, maybe not, but that definitely stopped it from working. Wait, it done something. It's because I'm XORing, it's coming back. So yet again, I said it while I coded it, and then I didn't think of it as soon as it went wrong. But if I go back to exactly how I started, sub visibility. Try that a sec. That'll put the opposite into the Z flag, if I remember right. Let me just double check that. Yeah, that is correct. No. So if the Z flag is 0, that means visibility was 1. I want to return if it's already dead. So Z1 means it's set. That might work. Yeah, there we go. Oh, but the collision still detects him. And the reason is because we're not setting that to dead anymore. Dead should have been enough to make it not visible. Of course, it will lose its pattern. If we wanted to respawn it, it would not have that anymore. So the original problem was what I said, where I hadn't checked if it was dead, and then this was getting called every frame. There we go. Finally. So time is coming where I've got to check for that most significant bit on X and learn how to do that so that I can scroll them over to the edge like a normal Space Invaders game. Probably need to speed up the player, it can't move very fast. No problem, my dude. Debugger. Bugger the debugger, that's what I say. Didn't need it. Stone Club debugging. I've moved up to Stone Club instead of wood. It's as easy as that. Quotation. Is it going to be that easy? It's nearly always something super simple when you find these problems. But I like that. We've used the bit command again there, which is good. Yeah, whatever works, isn't it, man? I'd say jump to the simple solutions first, like just changing the border. If that doesn't work for you, then start with the breakpoints and stuff. But that's just me, you know. You know me. I can sit here and waste 2 hours sometimes on something that's so stupidly simple. So I'm not, you know, I'm not trying to say I'm right or anything. But it's whatever I enjoy the most at the end of the day. Of course, no one could possibly enjoy like 2 whole days being stuck on the same thing. You know? So thank God people like you on the internet help me out. False laziness. You end up doing much more because of it. Yeah, sort of like when you tidy up, but you just keep moving everything about, not actually throwing it in the bin. This is set up nicely though now for us to start coding. Just trying to think of anything I can do other than this bloody movement, you know. I'm gonna have to do it, Mike, ain't I? I know you're gonna be screaming at me because you've sussed it out already. This instruction test. Yeah. In fact, I happen to have it on Z80. I've just looked it up to make sure. So I'll post the link where I read about it. Very concise example. And here, just to save you even looking it up, here's the bit that really helped me. No problemo, dude. Right. What can I do that's easier other than this stupid bit? Okay, let's try it. Sod it now. And I'll do it on the player first because I've already got the movement started. We're only worried about X. It's attribute 3, bit 0. 2, sorry, attribute 2. So it's this little bugger. Oh yeah, conveniently it's 0 all the time, isn't it? That one anyway. Is it palette in that? The palette, yeah, and the mirror. So I want to. Oh, of course. You don't need to worry about the small bit, the lower byte. It's going to take care of it for me. So as Mike rightly wrote to me on YouTube, all I have to do is AND the high byte of PX with that before I push it out. You can't do that. Hey, bye Chromo. Thanks for dropping in, man. Hope to see you again soon. At some point, I'm going to have to draw some really fancy sprites and get the game looking snazzy. Forgotten what I was going to AND in there now. Oh yeah, the upper byte of PX. Not sure you can do PX plus 1, can you? I don't think you can. Oh, yes you can. Okay. Right, okay. Why is one missing? And that hasn't worked for me the way I did it. Hmm. I think the logic I just stated is correct. Can you do add HLDE? Or here, yeah? Thank you. Sorry about that. Oh yeah, and of course that wouldn't work. Yeah, sorry about that. And yeah, hi. Good to have you here, man. No, I'm here, I'm here. There's so many messages though sometimes, and I can't read them all. Otherwise I wouldn't do any coding whatsoever.
Hey, listen!
Might grow. I think I've done it, haven't I? Did I change it to or? I hope that's what you're talking about. I could jump in voice chat one day. That would be funny, wouldn't it? Live on stream. You could just all scream at me. Change it. Line 21. Load A. It'd probably help a lot. It's better than typing. I think the reason is, well, one of the reasons was that I was only incrementing the low byte on move. No, I wouldn't get anything done, would I? I'll keep trying what I was trying because I can't make exact sense out of that. Yeah, exactly. It does. I mean, maybe I could open Discord right now. You could chat in there if you like, because I have got Discord open, but I don't often check it. Whichever's easier. Probably better on Twitch. It's a shame about the delay though. Yeah, I must admit I'm not a massive one for voice chat. I don't mind it. You know, it's pretty. I've had some good times with good groups of people in there, but I think I'm okay, and I've only done right, not left. And then or hopefully that's going to fix it now. Then. Whoa! Look at that. Oh, I still can't go over. I'm not sure what's happening there. You've locked yourself up in the office in the garden. I feel like that was working. Why is there an enemy missing? I do not know. Yeah, yeah. I did try to rotate out the other day, but it's a needless complication at the moment when I can't even get the rest of it quite working. Oh, that's why they were not seeing the enemy there. Strange one. I'm sure would that would be enough. But... is PX plus 1 okay to do that? No. Oh, I don't know. Let's just try it like this, just to check. Right, let's try that. Seems a bit crazy, but it might work. Oh, yeah, it does work. Alright. Well, for balance, I'll do the same on the left. And I'll fine tune it. See if that code is as good as it can be. Also, I could do with making the speed variable. I think I'm just going to use a constant. Make it 3. Oh, you can't sub with HL, can you? I better check. I could always do minus, just call it. I could have, in fact, yeah. Let's just do that. Is that even legal? Seems too good to be true. Seems to work. Perfect. Perfect. Boom. Oh, I missed. Oh, I missed again. It's too fast for me. Oh, SBC. Thank you, man. See, my way though. It's too fast, yeah. Do you reckon my way actually uses less by having it minus? Less T states. Or am I just being a complete D head? I think I'll just leave it like that. Why not? Why not? Although it would be nice to have SPC recorded there for proper what's the word? Tutorial purposes. Yeah, see, it's actually less T states, isn't it? Do you reckon the compiler knows and does that instead? That's interesting. Save some. Optimized. definitely works. But I can't help it when it works. I just like to play it quickly, see it. Well, it is a bit too fast. You're right. Let's put it to 2 then. Well, I was worried about doing that, but it seems that we've near enough done it. I was going to check the draw loop to see if we could tidy it up a bit. I just can't, when it works like that, I just cannot help playing it. Let's push that to GitHub quickly. Stick it back to 1. Yeah, Micro. We're definitely getting somewhere. Amazing. I mean, there's been that time before where I just couldn't even get the emulator working and then, couldn't do anything. But still, not very long. It's brilliant, actually. Because this is like a console or system that's coming out soon as well. It's pretty epic, really, to be able to produce games for it. It does seem nice to code in, yeah, it does. I can't wait to make like a fun game, really clever game that I intend to sort of sell one day. So maybe a puzzle game or don't know what yet. But I'm also thinking maybe like an RPG. I think RPG would be easier than puzzle in a way. Cheers, Specky Nut. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's just the way I work. Sometimes it doesn't work against me. I spend hours stuck on one silly little thing and then have to delete loads of stuff. But you learn loads doing that. Oh, that's what I was going to quickly check, wasn't it? This bit here. How come it didn't work when I had it as I had or px plus 1. I don't think it like that at all. Always scroll out at these speeds. Yeah, for sure. Why not, innit? I mean, I actually did make in the I was using that game coder, the one known coder console game engine. So it was running in the console version of Final Fantasy. It had like a room you could go in, an NPC you could talk to. Inbuilt scrolling routines. Is that part of the tile map? Layer 2, okay. Sounds I've got a lot to learn about the system. But that doesn't mean I can't knock together some sort of prototype games. Just learn along the way. I guess that's not that untidy, really. It does what it says on the tin there, doesn't it? It's almost like we don't need the variable there for that. I'll leave it, it's fine. I wonder, have I buggered up the collision detection though? When the enemies are in the high areas. No, I guess not. Well, technically, let's say, let me load the game back up. check this out though. Say I'm here, where my player is now, and I shoot. Look, I can't even shoot, but let's say I shoot when I'm here and kill an enemy. My current code would kill the enemy there, but then if there was any over here, that would also die. Maybe not, maybe not. But look, we've already seen the problem here, the bullet. Interesting. Look at that. And that's because of the way I'm handling the bullets. Huh. I guess we just need to do the same, that to eliminate that final problem we just saw. We just need to do the same thing that we just did here. So now that won't happen anymore. In fact, now it will get drawn as well, I think. Yeah. Ah, but see the collision. That's describing what I was talking about. So I'm trying to think of the best way. I've already thought of one way of dealing with this, where I could just say, right, well, if the MSB is set, don't just return like we would for any of these. I'm in the wrong, in the wrong flipping thing here. I could say, like I've got all these different conditions to get out of the collision. I could just say, if the MSB is 1, don't collide at all. But it doesn't really fix the problem. I'd then have to write another one for when it is, and call both of them. How about if they have to be the same? So when we find a collision, we'll check we want the high byte of X, which is actually 3. No. Yeah, 3. We want to check it's the same as the bullet's high byte. So let's load that into B. If they are the same, well, if they're not the same, it's not a collision. That might fix it. I believe I fixed it. I think I fixed it, yeah. And I was just trying to think of a fault that might come up, like when they move over to the right. But I still think it will work. Move the enemies in 5 pixels from the edge. At the moment, the enemy code doesn't even allow them to go that high. I've got to modify the code now. I've done the bullets in the player. So I can of course just copy it pretty much. The thing is, this time it's IX and not HL. So I actually want to get rid of that. IX plus 3, isn't it? Now let's just put an enemy in, an extra one, at 256. There he is. I'm not sure why this one vanished though. Oh, I do know. That's something I forgot to mention at the start of the video. If you remember when I tried before, I got that problem. And the reason is I copy and pasted and didn't give it a unique port for its attributes. And there we go. This is looking good. This is looking real good. I'd say the next challenge that I'm going to find challenging, moving the enemies, I'm not going to find that challenging at all. I'll probably do that in a minute. But the background, I have no clue how to do it on the next. I've got no clue at all. I hope we don't have to use some of our existing sprites. I mean, yeah, in this game I'm only using, what, 4 or 5 sprites at the moment. But I don't want to be using out of my 64 to make some tiles for the background. There must be another way. So I'm going to find that out soon. This is sorted, isn't it? Another challenge will be the sound. I have no clue how that's done yet. .32 column. Basically, I've got 256 plus 32. That should be just off the screen now, I think. Now you'll be able to see 1 pixel of it. Yeah. I'll get rid of it. We don't need that one there. I'm going to move them all there. Got to have a think about how to move them. I have to move them in chunks. And if I want to be really clever, I can check what this is doing. And if it's that, then that's a chunk, you know, and just do it per that. $3.20. I could limit the screen edges. I don't want to though. I want to allow them to go off the edge of the screen. I'm not quite sure why the background is missing 1 pixel. I noticed that. That my sprite is there. It's because it's the 48K background, isn't it? That we're seeing there, I think. Why? Who's that question to? So, oh, why do I want to let them go off the edge? I just like it. It shows off the fact that you can do it, you know. If I wanted to do, why go off the screen? Well, for the reason I just stated. But if I wanted to stop it, I could just I mean, I don't even need the constant, but I could just put min x equals 32. In fact, let's just do gutter, because that's what it is. It's like, that's what we call it here, the gutter around the edge that you can't see. And it's around both sides and the top and bottom. Before we set the value to the new value there, did I not just make that? Oh no, gutter, wasn't it? Return C and put gutter plus speed. No. Good point here. Hang on. Well, he'll be able to go off a tiny bit because of his speed. But it needs to be +1 at least. Set bit 1 of reg. Let's have a look at that a sec. Would I do that here? Can the rest be 0 as well? Is that even right? Scoring along the edges. Okay, thank you. Never heard of next reg. Oh, next reg, I see. Sorted. Do I need to out or anything? I don't, yeah, I just do that. I can't imagine knowing as much as you know, man. Whoa. I got stuck out there. It's like a... That's insane. I didn't know you could do that. I think I might get rid of that for now. Yo, thanks for the follow, my man. Ken, nice to meet you, mate. Oh, it's just a black screen now. That's funny. I'm gonna comment that out for now. It's interesting as heck, but I can't be bothered to change my movement code that much yet. See, I can't go left now. Ah, I know why. I was dealing with this, wasn't I? 89 followers. That's interesting actually though, because it said 90 earlier to me. And then I just got another one. 2 people left me today. I'll check it on the same thing I just checked it on earlier, just out of interest. It's loading so slow. It's very slow. Unbelievably slow. I'm going to give up. Oh well. I'll find out later. You unfollowed, fair enough. 2 people have though. Tap slow. Oh god, I had it in my head what I was going to do here, but I've forgotten now. I think it's... Let's just delete that. So that's what I was doing to change it. I need to use HL twice. I'm just thinking about this. So PX minus plus P. Beauty of a tactic. What I'm trying to do is check that the high byte is 1. It can always carry on. If it's 0, then I need to check. It's just annoying thinking of the order to do it in. I can't just simply return, but I'm trying to avoid writing a label. Yeah, the minus is right. It was just so I could use add. It's actually less T states than subtract. All I need to do is, I'm just literally even thinking of the name now, it's just silly, but to say, for example, check check left edge, return, right? So then if I jump to that and then I return, this will never happen. It's annoying because you need 2 labels that way. Return Z, that's what I was thinking, but yeah, I was thinking unfortunately, yes it is, Specky. No worries, Emu. No worries, man. I'm gonna get this now. I had it in my head exactly. I was just trying to think of a more tidy way. For example, though, I could just say jump Z because I do want to do the check if it's not 1. Now we know we just want. We actually want a deck HL. Load a HL. Compare gutter. Let's just say +5 for now. Return C. Now this return was wrong, but I actually do need to jump back to it where I was. It's untidy, but it's probably going to work. So if the high byte happens to be 0, we do the check. If then we just do the normal check that we would always do. And if not, we'll do the move. Cool. Seems good. It's blocking us at the edge there. The right is pretty much easier because we actually can just return out of it. Oh, can we? No, we can't. So we'll just do something pretty much similar. But this time we only need to worry if it is 1. And we better not say 1. I've just realised we actually want to worry about the bit. Because if, for example, mirror was set or the palette was changed, it wouldn't be 0 anymore. Picked up his hammer. Sorry, I'm having a look. I'll mute it for a sec. Wow, this looks good. Wait a minute, I've played Space Invaders on 2600. It doesn't look anything like this. How did he manage this? Yeah, but it says 2600 on the title. That's definitely not the 2600. I used to have a 2600. There's no way in a million years that's from the 2600. Let's just hear it on sound. It's very cool. It reminds me of the Spectrum version, to be honest. I got left my Atari by my brother, but I was actually already in possession of a Spectrum when I found it. Very young. Yeah, the sound I love. Yeah, that looked like the arcade version. It was very smooth. If someone had managed to remake that on the 2600, maybe that's possible, but I know the original came out by Atari was crap compared to that. People still loved it back in the day, of course, but because they had it at home. I'll quickly do the right edge here. So yeah, I've got to worry about the bits, and it's the opposite now. It's not bit 0, it's bit 7. No, it was bit 0, wasn't it? So with the right, we're worried about if it is set, so it'll be the opposite. It's knocked 5 off there, so it matches the other side. In fact, give it 1 extra. Okay, finally. Ah, I cannot move right. Hmm. Yeah, one of them's wearing a bubble hat, and he that makes you think of Christmas. I like that. It made me think of a Rasta for some reason when I was drawing it. Why can't I move right? Tokus. Christmas Invaders. Don't you just hate them Christmas games though? I've seen them before, like on Steam and stuff. It's just like, why have you made a Christmas game, you absolute gits? You know, when it has nothing to do with Christmas other than like you sort of collecting like a what's it called? Yeah, a candy cane or something. I've stumbled across them. They just seem to pop up. Still haven't quite worked out. I can't see why that wouldn't work. Must be that bit that's causing it. Yeah. Whoa, now I can't move left. What the hell? I can move left. It's just if I go too far over, I can't. Must be the wrong way round this. I bet it ain't. Bet it doesn't let me move at all now. Ah, okay. So there's the edge of that screen. I need to make the edge better for that. That's why. That should do it. I was adding it. Oh, no, no good. Oh, actually, it seems to not be working. Ah, there you go. That's why. Idiot and I. I'm surprised that even works. That's more than the byte's value. And I'm comparing it using the 8-bit register. I'm surprised it even stops it moving. But if you remember, at this point, we know that that bit is at 1. Yeah, good spot. Surprised it even stopped us moving there. It's almost like it didn't compile or something. I didn't notice. We already know that it's a 1 when we reach this point. So if I think about this, the screen size is 32 plus 256 plus another 32, which wouldn't be visible. I reckon 31 should leave us. In fact, then we want to take another 16 off that. Let's try 17. That should make it look a bit symmetrical now, I think, finally. Yeah. Stop me there. But again, I think it's something to do with the speed. It's getting blocked a little bit earlier there. So I would just personally compensate by just putting that down to 12 or so. And there we go. Mission accomplished. Of course, we could tweak that further and get it right away to the edge if we chose to. It's looking good now, isn't it? Yeah. I've been avoiding moving them enemies, but it's not going to be hard at all. We've got the positional values set up. Basically, what I'm thinking of doing is working out what layer it is, or what row, by this value. And then having, we only need to worry about the 32s. So that'll be our min x for the enemy. And then we'll have a max x, which is like, a distance away. Well, I'll start doing that now. Again, it's a funny one, this, because I'm going to be comparing, and so I want to only use the what's it called? I want to only use the lower bit, the lower byte, so it'd actually be something stupid like that. There. If I'm comparing, what's my multiples? What multiples? Sorry. Oh, I see. Yeah, I see. I'll be right back anyway. I'll just go use the toilet a sec. Won't be long. Oh, that's better. Yeah, watch my multiples. You must be on about making everything power of 2. Explain the enemy's DW area. Um, it's described here, look, but it's basically that is the attribute 3. It also serves to say whether something is visible. I use it to see if it's dead as well for the update loop. That's a 16-bit number for the X position. That's for the Y, and that's the slot ID for the attribute slot, not the sprite slot. I'm not worried about making everything power of 2 so that it can go exactly to the edge of the screen. I'm happy with it as it is. This is awkward though, I hate that. It'll do though. So for the enemies moving, like I was describing, I'm only going to worry about the 32 ones, and I'm going to move all the other ones relative to them. So I'm going to look for ones that are that, 32. I'll also have a constant to say how many are in a row, which is 7. I'm not quite sure I'll do that today. I don't think I'll bother, because it's getting a bit late to start something like that. I mean, I could probably make a move quickly left and right all of them. Of course, the way I'm going to do it, I just got mixed up when I described it, but I worry about the 32 ones. I move all of them, but I constantly monitor what these ones are doing. And when they reach the maximum, so I don't need this 17, what I need is something like, funny enough, it's about the right number, but I'll put 60, which is the same width. So they can move like however wide they are, their full width of the sprite. Maybe 32 would actually be better. Yeah, true. That's another complication. You mean a whole column? I know what you mean by that though. That's another very much complication to it. You're right. But I'm glad you said that now, because that's going to help me make sure I think about that now before rather than after. Okay. I reckon I'm reading it, but I'll load it. I mean, but I reckon I can come up with a way of doing it myself. I've made Space Invaders before on Unity, and it was a really good version, full 3D. It looked really good. I'm browsing it now. It's in C sharp, of course. This is something I'm going to implement tomorrow, but it might be nice just to move them a bit. But the way I'm going to do it is, well, yeah, I'm not going to use that. You're right. I'll come up with some other way. Oh, it's pretty easy actually. Now I think about it, it's very easy. I'll have an enemy direction. We'll start them out as right. When any of them hit the right edge of the screen, we just change that to left, and then they all go left. When any of them hit the left side of the screen, we change that to right. Simple. Very simple. So in other words, we'll have an enemy speed constant. And we will want the min x. We will want the max x as well. It's going to be, unfortunately, like that. I move them en masse just by moving them in the loop. Just like when I check for a collision, I just move it. I'll call move, enemy move here. Probably want to do that before we check collision. Not sure. Can make a difference, that. Just a small difference. It makes the gameplay feel a bit clunky if you get it the wrong way around. Now we just look at what direction. We can move. So we just have move left. Now I could do the jump to this. And in fact I think I will. That means we can not worry about, because if I just called it, it would return and then check this and could end up doing both. So the only difference with this is, instead of returning out if it hits that minimum, we want to actually flip the direction. For now I'm just going to leave left blank just so I can quickly demonstrate this and maybe go to bed afterwards because I'm getting tired. But I might be able to do it all quickly before I go. So again, we're calling this from within that loop, so it gets called on every enemy. So IX is already pointing at the enemy. So let me think about exactly how I want to increase it. Oh, it's a bugger that it's in IX actually, because you can't access the full 16-bit. I'm going to load HL IX plus 2. Load DE. bullet speed. And I haven't even got an enemy speed. I was going to do something fancy and have an actual byte of data for it, but I think it's better just to have it at constant. Not quite sure how that'll work using IX now. I'm glad you get it now though. It's always good. I'm not sure if I'll get it working tonight because I am trying to rush it, and the fact that we're in IX, I'm not quite sure how this works because that's like normally pushing an 8-bit value into that. I'll just try that and see if it moves. No, it doesn't even compile. Ah, it's just because the label's not found. Okay. Thanks, Emu. That's a shame. So I'll run this and it won't work. Oh, it actually loads. Oh, it moves them. Good. Look, they've rotated. Cool little side effect that we've learnt there. I mean, that alone is good just for a game. If you wanted to make a free cover tape game or something, you know, you could get away with that. Doing something like that. Superb. Cheers, man. I believe that's actually working for me because I've loaded it with HL. It's putting L into because otherwise I was going to do that and then that. Yeah, test it out, man. I'm going to push it to GitHub so you can download a zip of the thing, or you can even clone the project or whatever if you know how to do that. Fake opcodes. Oh, so you reckon it's been taken care of for me behind the scenes? But I won't complain because it's a bit of a bummer having to not use IX or having to do it the way I just said. It seemed to work, didn't it? So now I just need to check the boundaries and flip that direction. Toggle. Let's call it toggle direction. No, we do it now. Let's do it. It's cheating, I know, but I'll at least toggle it when it gets to the right, but the thing is the left. Yeah, I don't know, just being stupid, isn't it? I'm going to call this enemy toggle direction in case I want to make other things. All this just to change the direction. Okay. Now it's just a case. I could almost copy what I did before with one of them other things. It can be specky, yeah, it can sometimes. I mean, there's definitely cleverer ways of doing all this sort of stuff. I end up hard coding stuff like this, like that maybe could have been done a bit better. As long as it works though, at the end of the day, innit? Somewhere I already done this code, so I might as well try and quickly see. It was a check edge thing, wasn't it? It was basically this and this. Finding nasty spills in a chocolate factory. Sounds cool. Sounds like another Christmas idea, though. It sounds like a Christmas game. Hey, I knocked Christmas games, but I'll probably end up making one now, me. When it gets to Christmas. I mean, I'm tempted to copy this in there, but I'll just leave it on the screen so I can see it there. Where was I? Enemies. It should be actually a lot like this, shouldn't it? May as well virtually repeat it. Thing is, it's not HL this time. Ah, where is it? Wait, that's left. Whoops. I can actually, it's made it more simple being an IX actually. What I want is the high bit, high byte of X. It's going to be 3. And in this one, I want IX plus 2. This is the bit doesn't want to say return. Can we even jump that far? Toggle direction is right below at the moment. And because I've jumped there, that will return. Let's see it in action. Ah, brilliant, is it? Thank you. I wasn't sure of that. Now you've said it, I know exactly why, because there's jump relative, and that's obviously the one with the limit. It should move. Yeah, left I haven't done, so that's working perfectly. Oh, whoa, all the colours changed. So unfortunately I've got to do all that again for the left now. I think I'm simply going to copy the right one in. Let's change it all to left. That'd be 5. Ah, no it's not. What am I talking about? This would be Z. That'd be minus. That'd be min X. That'd be C. Perfect. Hey. Oh, that was a weird one. Whoa. I think bullets remained and getting collided with them. Also notice that they weren't staying in sync properly. But it's a start. I think the bullet remains there. Still, it's a start. Slow them down, yeah. I also need to sort the loop out now. My game loop itself. This is something Emu might be able to help me with. If he's still here. Yo, Microman, thank you, my dude. That is a good start, thanks, Specky. But yeah, what I've got here is wait time. I have no interrupt, like it's not waiting for a halt anywhere. And if I try and wait for a halt and then get rid of waiting time, the game doesn't run. I think I need to enable interrupts. Don't use halt. Okay, but I saw an example of someone that had halt in it. It uses ROM. Okay, thank you, man. Rast line. Ah, rast line. Okay, I'll look that up. Yeah, that sounds like what I need though. So that I'm actually in a game timing, because at the moment it's just going as fast as it can constantly. Yeah, that's what I've been hoping to do, but I just haven't figured out how to do it yet. Double buffering issue. Do I need to do double buffering micro now? I thought the sprite hardware was taken care of. How do I wait for a raster line though? Wait for line 192, then do updates. Oh, thanks, Emu. I tried to look up Rast line, SJASM, but it found literally no search. I'll show you. Don't see that very often. Thank you for the bits again, Micro. It's amazing of you. So next register. Okay, next reg. I had it in the manual. I was reading some cool stuff about the next registers as well. Oh no, I just refreshed the mug. I'm so sorry. I need to be able to cache the mug. I need to be able to write a script on my screen transitions. Cache the mug status before you transition. Oh man, I'm sorry. Let me try and do something. See if it. How did I do it the other day where it was filling up loads? Tried shaking it. Oh, okay. So not like one line. Just sipping between the fades, drinking the heads, drinking the bits. I think that'll help the game a lot when I manage to figure out this Westerline thing. Yeah, wait for vertical blank. Oh, that's on Amiga. What's it about? I wrote next. Good night, Specky Nut. Thanks for popping in, dude. Hopefully I'll see you again. I'm going to be online tomorrow, so yeah, you can't stay up too late if you've got to get up at that time. It was a great session, wasn't it? Nice one, mate. Yeah, me too. I'm going to wait till Mook, if Mook says it, if he has any solution for this. If not, I'm going to find it myself tomorrow. Good night, Specky. ZX next, vertical blank, raster. See some people doing enable interrupt or something. Aha. Oh, you legend. Let's paste this in. I love it how you put the line so I could actually compile it like that. Maybe I will. I wonder if you can just do that. Oh, you don't need that line. Let's try it just for fun. Oh damn, lots of errors. Oh, of course. Hang on, has it got return? I may as well make it. Yeah, I'll make it a proper routine. Put in tools in it. Superb. Ah, check the paste bin. Nice one. Tidy. Thanks, man. Very nice. I take it has no inputs, obviously, does it? Oh, what would I? I'll put a comment there tomorrow, innit? I say that and then I just go ahead and do it. Just be posh. Even though I don't know what I'm writing there. I don't even know if it's true. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm glad you said that. Yeah, I could have got problems with mine. Ah, okay. Thank you, man. Thank you very much. In that case, I might make that an input. Mm. Okay, that sounds interesting. I'd rather not have. I'd rather have the simple version. I think right now, though, definitely. I'll be able to study it and learn it more. But I'm definitely too tired to sort of study through it. But if I can see it working, that's at least a bonus, isn't it? That seems to be very similar to the way you set it out. So I need to call that and load it with the amount of frames I want. Was cool. 4 seems like a lot of frames to wait. That's quite a low FPS, isn't it? I take it people run these at 50, maybe 60, I guess. Doesn't really matter. Yeah. It's looking a bit smoother, at least. Obviously all the problems are still there. That doesn't matter. I'm not sure if that'll speed the game up or not. Probably does, actually. It hasn't actually sped them up, but it's made it smoother. Yeah. That's good. That's what I would have wanted. I still find it odd that they nudge like that. That's to do with going through the loop, isn't it? When it goes through the loop and flips direction. I probably have to make sure they finish their movement first. Thank you very much, mate. Yeah, I mean that looked superb what you already sent me there. And brilliantly we've eliminated that need for the waiting, which I really didn't like. I think I'll probably put 1 there. Just try and run at full speed. Like one every raster line. I need to make sure they've all finished their movement step before I flip the direction. Do you see what I mean? That's what needs to happen. But yeah, that's the job for tomorrow. It's been a superb session today. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I'll run out of steam today. Oh, I just checked the time. It's been quite a long one, hasn't it? 3.5 hours. Crikey. Brilliant. I'm going to add loads more tomorrow as well. I'm going to do a bit on my own in the day. And then, well, you know, I may do a stream if I feel like it in the day, but it probably won't be until the evening. Certainly going to upload this to Git Micro, no problem at all. I'll make sure I do that. And yeah, other than that, look after yourselves. Make sure you get here tomorrow, same time sort of thing, a bit earlier hopefully. What with having time off. Enjoy your session.